Welcome to the Dudeology Show, where real dudes discuss awesome stuff, killer gear, and cool stories. We're your hosts, Brandon Mosley and Chris Gambino. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and all the socials at Dudeology Show. Well, welcome to the Dudeology Show. This is Brandon. I'm here with Chris Gambino, coming to you guys virtually live. So we are we're testing out some of the virtual technology. A lot of the folks that we've got scheduled to join the show are from all parts of the country, or their schedules won't allow them to necessarily be here or be at the studio live. And they're maybe be from all parts of the world because they're traveling around. So we're going to do this episode virtually. I think we got some awesome stuff. You know, we talked about last time some cool gear. But man, Father's Day is like legit right around the corner, and you want to talk about impeccable timing for Dudeology. So let's get into some awesome stuff, man. What did you bring us today to chat about to let our listeners know about?
I guess the first thing, let's get right into it. This watch. This is a movement watch, or you may have seen it advertised as MVMT. This is the 45 millimeter. Let me take it off for you. Gunmetal gray with the sandstone band. All you virtual viewers out there can see that. This is a sweet watch, right? So I had an iWatch. I still have an iWatch, but I find myself wearing this watch more often. And again, it's not gonna give you any of that tech tracking or anything like that, but it's stylish and it's manly, right? Something that a cool dude would wear. So yeah. Awesome watch.
Why do you go? So why are you going after having never been a watch guy? I've never been a big watch guy. So let's dig in a little bit, because I know there's a lot of guys out there that are watch guys, and it's a cool accessory. Just for whatever reason, just never gotten into it. So you're getting up. What occasions do you wear that?
Man, I wear this out with my wife for date night. Hashtag date night. Fellas, you need to be taking your wife out. I'll wear it. When I was going into the office, I'd wear it to work, and it just goes with it. It goes nicely with a long sleeve shirt, you know, a church shirt, something like that. So, you know, I am a watch guy, a bit of a watch guy. So I think my family would say that. And this is one of the.
You want to dress that up a little bit. It's when you want to go. You want to stay classy.
Yeah.
Stay classy. You go with that one.
Absolutely. So you got to go with the MVMT watch. Now they come in all different colors. They got an all black. They've got whatever you want. The cool part is, check this out, Flo. Sorry, Brandon. You can actually remove the bands just like that. And if I don't want to wear the sandstone band, I can take it off and replace it with whatever color band I want. So if I want to go all black, just get me an all black band and pop it right in. It's got these little, easy remove band clips in there. So pretty cool little watch.
So it's got the same bands, just like the tech watch, the Apple Watch.
Yeah, exactly. Clips right in. 2 seconds.
Do you have a tech watch as well? You have some wearable tech. Is that the buzzword?
Yeah. So long story short, I've got an Apple Watch Gen 4 and smashed it to pieces recently. So, you know, going to have to replace that eventually, but for now I'm going to the analog watch. Totally fine. And as they say, if it's not tracked on the Apple Watch, it didn't count from an activity standpoint. But you know what, I don't really believe that. So
man, I call BS, because I know a lot of dudes out there that haven't taken the plunge to wearable tech, and they get after it pretty hard every day. What do you think about watches and the whole? You think about these Apple Watches and these wearable tech things, and you can change the face on them, and it's like you buy one watch and you have it for the long term. What do you think that does to, I guess, the watch industry, when you're kind of wearing a watch just to tell time? That's what we used to wear watches for, and to kind of style it up a little bit and to class things up a little bit.
I think there's always going to be a market for nice, high quality watches. There's something about it that dudes just love, right? Regular guys like me love sort of having that timepiece, I think. Now, I know you're not a watch guy, but I think there's a lot of guys out there that really like having that kind of piece of machinery on your wrist that's got the inner workings, and you know it was handmade and hand built, quality craftsmanship, right? I mean, again, this is made out of steel, right? It's gunmetal. It feels good. It's got some weight to it. I'm not going to go wear it to the gym, but I like having it on my wrist, right? So I don't think that the Apple Watch or any of this wearable tech is going to do away with the watch industry in general, right? Because if you think about it, man, the watch has been around a really, really long time, and I don't think it's going anywhere. It's a traditional dude wearable, right? So I'm going to stay traditional as long as I can, while, you know, integrating in some of the new wearable tech as needed. So
yeah, you're not going to pass an Apple Watch 4, 3, 2,
no.
whatever it is. You're not going to pass that along to your kid. You're not going to see a video like in, do you remember in Pulp Fiction where Christopher Walken says, you know, that he brings the guy's watch home from Vietnam, right? You're not going to see that with an Apple Watch. You're not going to see that. That's not going to happen. That makes no sense. Apple Watch and this tech and you know, they become obsolete. So I like that. I like the analog. Did they even teach kids how to read analog watches in school these days?
No, and I bet you know, I've got an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old, right? This doesn't have any numbers on it, right? So you got to know your stuff.
Yeah.
When you're looking at this watch. So yeah, it's cool,
bro.
It's cool.
I'm in my 40s, and I don't know if I can tell you what that says without the numbers, man. So where do you find them though? So let's say some of the listeners out there are like, hey, I want to get that for myself, or I have somebody for Father's Day I want to gift that to, or maybe just a birthday. Like that's kind of cool. I like that style, I like that brand. Where do we find, and what can we expect to spend? Yeah,
you can get these at MVMTwatches.com, Movement Watches. And this one's about $135. You know, you can buy additional bands if you want and things like that. They're not too expensive, less than $20 for additional bands. But it's a quality watch. It feels good on the wrist. And I tell you, you'll get a lot of compliments. I got a ton of compliments when I'm wearing this. People like it. You know, and again, it's something different, right? If you're wearing an Apple Watch, everybody has an Apple Watch, right? You're not going to get a compliment on your Apple Watch, right? So you wear something like this, it's different, it's stylish, and there are a lot of occasions you can wear it around. So that's MVMTwatches.com, not a sponsor, hoping maybe one day they will be. This is a 45 millimeter gunmetal sandstone band watch. And this one's actually still on their site. So you can get out there, and if you're looking for a good Father's Day gift, I'd recommend it. It's a good, you know, middle of the road price point for a nice watch, high quality.
Nice. I like it. That's some good action right there. What else do you have over there? So let's say watches are good in the you know, in the Mosley or Gambino household, and you're just not maybe you're just not buying for a watch guy. Maybe you don't need a watch yourself.
All right. Yeah. Well, over there. All right. Well, I'd say this. I actually, if I recall correctly, got this for Father's Day one year from the family. It's a little bit more pricey than the watch. This is a GoPro Hero 7 Black. Now, they've got the GoPro Hero 8 Black out these days, but the 7 is awesome, right? I didn't even know I wanted one of these until it showed up gift wrap. And, you know, we like to travel. I like to go do a lot of outdoor stuff. I've got kids and a family. I like to document that stuff. This right here has some of the highest quality footage I've ever been able to get. You know I've got an iPhone. I got about 1,000 pictures on that sucker, but this right here is next level photo and video quality. If you want to just get those memories, you know, onto a camera that's got high quality that you can download to your social media, to your computer. And I recommend this highly for dudes. This is a GoPro Hero 7 Black.
Hero 7. How often do you find yourself using? Because I feel like nowadays with the cameras that come in our cell phones, okay, are so good. I think there's more photos taken in the world with an iPhone than like any other camera nowadays. Yeah. So carrying that other device with you, like how often do you find yourself going to that other device versus just doing something with your phone?
All right, so let me explain. I'm not going to take my iPhone here, right? My iPhone surfing with me. I'm not going to take my iPhone you know, running, or I'm not going to take it hiking with me. I mean, it might take it hiking with me, but I'd rather use this, right? And what I've got some cool stuff for you. So this, right, pop it right in here. I can take this underwater with me. So pop it into this underwater case, click that together, put on the outer layer, and now I've got underwater swimming camera. It's great quality. I've taken it in the ocean. I've gotten it all sandy. I've taken it in the pool. You can strap it to your surfboard. If you unscrew this piece right here, you can get a piece that sticks to the front of your surfboard. This thing can go anywhere, and it's, you know, you could drop it, it won't break. It's heavy duty, hardcore, high quality camera. So if you're a dude that's into action sports, this is what you want to get. And I didn't even know I wanted it or needed it until I had it. I've taken this thing to Montana, Wyoming. I've taken it and I've dropped it in some rocks in the water. It's totally fine. I took it on a Spartan race, ran 9 miles with it in Asheville, North Carolina. The thing was, I mean, I went in the mud. I went underwater. The thing was dirty as crap. I cleaned it up. Great footage. So GoPro Hero 7 Black, get all the accessories. I'd highly recommend an extra battery. And, you know, you can get a gimbal for it. It's got great anti-shake stabilization to it. So awesome gift. Runs about $400.
Now is that 400 all in? Is that 400? Looks like you got some mods to it. You got the GoPro wetsuit or whatever shock absorber thing. You got the handle, the tripod. Is that 400 all in, or is that 400 just to come to the dance, just to get our foot in the door?
Yeah, you know, it's about 400 for just the basic camera, but you know, the accessories aren't too bad, and there's a lot of different ones on Amazon that you can get. I wouldn't recommend getting super expensive ones because, you know, I did a lot of the research. You can get the cheap tripod and neoprene case and all that stuff for fairly inexpensive. I mean, I think all in you can get into it for, you know, $450, less than 500 for sure. So the extra battery is great. You know, you got to put a mini SD card in it, but rarely do I find myself having to charge it, you know, with the 2 batteries, because I've always got one on the charger. And the cool part is, you know, I film something and I can send it straight to my iPhone and do editing and posting right there to my Facebook. The other thing is it does time-lapse video as well. So if I want to, you know, record an hour-long, you know, workout session or something, and with all the guys, you know, we can record that and do it over time-lapse, and it's pretty cool. We did the Murph on Monday. I know I recorded the whole thing. You know, that's for Michael Murphy, 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and a mile run, and I recorded the whole thing. It was really neat. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still feeling that one, man. So you could go to your daughter's gymnastics meet that's like 12 hours long, and you know, time lapse it and do the highlight reel in about a couple minutes, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So that's you can find it at GoPro.com. Like I said, they already have the Hero 8, but you could probably still get the Hero 7 probably for less than $400. So that $400 is for the Hero 8, but I'll tell you, the 7 is still high quality, pretty new. It only came out maybe a year and a half ago, and I'm all about it now. You know, I'm a believer. Didn't even know I needed this product, but I'm a believer. So yeah.
Nice. And those are high quality product, both those, the watch and the GoPro, both high quality products.
Right.
What if there's someone out there that says, okay, maybe that's a little bit of a stretch for Father's Day. Maybe that's a little bit, and I want to get something that I know, you know, one of the dudes in my life will use. It doesn't have to be for Father's Day. It could be for birthday or just whatever. Or maybe someone wants to buy it for themselves. I don't want to go shell out over $100. Do you have anything over there that maybe is just a little, it's still a super useful gift that you get a lot of use out of, but it's just not pushing that upper limit, right?
All right, it's gonna get a little weird here. All right, Brandon, but a super useful gift, you know, under $20, or you know, let me see what I got here. It's in this little bag, okay? This is a simple Spectra, and what do I have in this bag? Well, 2 balls with spikes on them. Now, this could get
Wait,
real weird.
hold on one sec. Let me just stop us right here. So if anyone's listening only, I just want to tell you what happened. So Chris just reached into a black velvet sack. It looked kind of like one of those old Crown Royal sacks, like it was real soft. And out of his sack, he just pulled 2 balls. I just want to let. I'm glad we're doing this virtually, so you're not playing with stacking balls and in front of me with me there. That may even be a little more weird. And I also would like to take a moment to say that any dude out there is never too far away from middle school sense of humor. So
Yeah,
carry
exactly.
on, Chris. Let's talk about your ball. Let's talk about your balls.
Well, it would probably be more appropriate to let you know that this actually was a 3-pack of balls. It wouldn't have been as weird. It actually came with a lacrosse ball as well. And I think maybe some of you listeners out there know where we're going with this, but if you don't know what these are for, these are massage therapy balls, right? They're awesome. They're kind of like acupuncture / foam roller in a ball, right? So if you've ever gone to PT and the physical therapist is like, hey, here's a tennis ball, roll around on that. I use these on a daily basis because I got low back problems. I work out a lot. And I want to stay fit and I want to be able to maintain. But part of that is on my own. If I want to be in good shape, I got to make sure that I'm rolling out some of those sore muscles, making sure my sciatica isn't acting up from my low back issues, making sure my piriformis muscle is all loosened up. So what you do is you'll take these, and right now sitting in my chair, I got a pretty nice ergonomic chair. I could sit these right behind my low back and just sit on these. And it's going to be like I don't know how to put this, hurt so good kind of feeling, right? So it's one of those things where it takes a little getting used to, but you kind of roll around on them, you put one under your butt, you sit on it on the floor. Brandon, I'll let you try one of these out the other day. Right now, granted, you don't want to share your balls with too many other dudes, right? But yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, it gives a weird sensation, and I don't know. I mean, remember growing up we're doing sports and stuff. We never did this foam rolling. I mean, heck, we were lucky if you did some jumping jacks before practice, and then maybe you did a little bit of stretching. Back up a little bit, and when did this whole kind of pressure point rolling? What's the origin of this? Because I feel like this is in fitness and activity. I feel like this is a trend that's really come along or really get mainstream in the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, maybe even 10 years. So can you talk to that a little bit? I think our listeners would love to know that.
Yeah, I think, fitness industry has just boomed in the last, 10 to 15 years, right? And even at the youngest ages where you got kids, and this isn't necessarily fitness, you got kids playing year-round sports, right? So just as important as doing the sport or training or doing fitness, you got to recover, right? And there's not as much time these days, like when we were kids, to have that recovery time. So there are all kinds of contraptions out there. I mean, we could do a whole show on weird, fitness and recovery, devices, right? And some of them look like torture devices even, but you got like the foam roller stuff, and there's a lot of research out there that rolling out the fascia in your muscles. Look up that word later.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. What is that, rolling out the what?
The fascia. It's like the deep tissue, right? In between like the muscle and the bone. And it's like, don't quote me on that, you guys out there. I'm sure someone's going to comment on this video and say, hey, you got that all wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. Correct. Disclaimer, not a professional. So anyway, but you got these deep tissue. If you've ever gone and got a deep tissue massage, they're really digging into some of that stuff, and it's releasing a lot of that tension, right? So that's what these do, and that's what some of those foam rollers do. And I think a lot of it, and even going back to ancient Chinese, Eastern sort of medicine, where they would do some of that, you start to see that acupuncture and cupping therapy come into mainstream nowadays. And I think a lot of that is driven by some of the Eastern thought on pressure points and, different energies and things like that. But ultimately, whatever you believe, I know from experience that these massage therapy balls work for me, right? I'll sit on them for 10, 15 minutes. And the reality of it is time under tension is really what's going to kind of get you worked out, right? So you got to roll for a little while. You got to you got to sit there in a little bit of pain for a little while. It might even give you more pain initially than what you're already experiencing, but you'll notice that at the end, it's all kind of settled down and it feels good. So, man, I tell you, I think a lot of this stuff in the fitness industry continues to be booming on this, but the recovery industry is just as important, you know, taking care of your body. I'm approaching my 40s, you know, late 30s right now. And recovery has become more and more important, mainly so I can, you know, keep up with my kids, right? You know, be a good father to them and be able to play basketball and go outside, ride bikes and all that stuff. So.
And we got some folks that are going to be joining us in the future on some episodes that can speak to that. And just quick, in your experience, and again, you're just a regular dude getting after it, trying to do some recovery. Okay, I got it. On your best weeks, like let's say you work out five times a week. All right. And that's probably maybe on the high end, but 3 to 5 times. So you put in, let's say 3 to 5 hours a week. In your opinion, in your experience, how many hours of kind of that recovery stretch, that rolling out using the balls or foam roll or whatever should happen that week if you're putting in 5 hours a week? Is there a ratio?
You know, I don't know if there's a ratio because I think truly everybody's body is different. Some guys are just rock solid. They could, you know, like that Matt Frazier dude, fittest man on earth, you know, CrossFit guy, just always just working. But I personally believe at least one day a week of yoga or deep stretch is good for an hour that one day. And then every night, man, you're sitting in front of the TV. I do some supine twists, you know, I'll hold those for, you know, 3 minutes or so, do some toe touches, just be sitting there on the floor, you know, kind of stretching things out, twisting my back a little bit. You got to keep a lot of that. It's all connected, right? You know, you got to keep your core good and strong. You've got to keep your hamstrings stretched out because the low back, in my opinion, and for me personally, I carry a lot of stress in my hips and my low back. So I got to make sure that I'm working that out. And it's just as important for me to maintain that longevity in my fitness. And so I have to balance it out. I got to do a little something every day. And that helps me to stay in the game.
Awesome. These things, this sack of balls comes with some instructions. And if you can't see them too, and hopefully you can, but if you can, if you're just listening, these balls, they look like little coronaviruses. They're the round balls, and they got these little spikes on them, so I can see where they could get a nice deep, you know, that kind of deeper tissue. What would that set me back?
$20. $20. You get 3 of them actually. You get the lacrosse ball, 2 of these spike balls, and they're different pressures. One of them's a little harder than the other. The yellow one's a little harder than the purple one here. And you got to try it out, see what works for you. It comes with a little instruction booklet on kind of different areas you can set those and roll around on them. But man, I tell you what, it may seem weird, but it feels great doing it. And again, these are from Simple Spectra, but there's all kind of brands out there. Simple Spectra, not a sponsor. Would love for you guys to be a sponsor for sure. I'm a believer. You can go to their website. They'll probably redirect you to Amazon.com where you can buy pretty much anything. And $20, you can get these for yourself. I'd recommend it. Or you can get them for the man in your life, for all of our lady listeners out there. It'd be a funny little gift, and you can tell them you got them, you know, a new set of balls.
That you're giving him his balls back.
Exactly.
All right. Well, listen. Put your last ball joke. I can't promise that. Put your balls back in your sack, Gambino, and let me know what else. Let me know what else we have for everyone over there.
Yeah, man. So a couple other things, right? This one is special. I got it from my dad. It's like the ultimate Bowie knife. I can't even get it out of the case. Right.
Dude,
look at that.
Why do you have that, man? Like what purpose does that serve, man? That's like.
Well, the question is, why don't you have this? I mean, there's no reason to have this. It's about a 16-inch Bowie blade, but as you can see, it's non-traditional. It's got the serrated edge on this side. It's a nice knife, right? But there's no reason to have this. I just have it, and frankly, if you bought one of these for yourself, or you bought one for your dad or your husband for Father's Day, they're not going to say no to it. They're not going to say, what the heck is that? They're going to be like, heck yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I mean, I might stab myself, but it looks cool in my office. I mean, I mean, I set this thing down or put it in my desk. I mean, frankly, listen, with coronavirus, nobody knew it was going to happen, right? So I got this. I've got my, 511, plate carrier. If apocalypse happens, I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Well, back to that knife, though, man. You think so? That looks like something that's in Sky Mall magazine, and it's like a replica of something from Lord of the Rings. You're closet Dungeons and Dragons, aren't you? You bought that for some prop, didn't you?
No, man. No. I mean, I'm not into the whole, role-playing games and LARPing. You ever see those LARPer guys, Brandon, that are at parks and stuff? They're hitting each other with styrofoam.
Yeah, they dress up as it's like medieval joust or whatever, and they're out there. We gotta do. You know what we're gonna do? If anyone's out there, listen. If any listeners are out there knows a place that does that and would take us on, we'll get them on the show. But I would love to go participate in that just to see what it's all about. Would you be down for that?
I'd be down. I'd totally be down.
I would be down. I would leave that knife at home though, for real. Leave that knife at home because they may take that serious.
This is legit, right? And it's actually created. The manufacturer is Frost Cutlery. But when I hear the word
Cutlery,
when I hear the word cutlery, I don't think about this knife. And honestly, I think I need to do a little social media video later. Maybe I'll cook some steaks, and I'll just see how it cuts. I got to see how it cuts through meat.
We're gonna do steak. Here's what we're gonna do: steaks on the egg. We're gonna do a comparison. Okay, we reviewed the big green egg. We're gonna do steaks on the egg, and you're gonna bring that knife, and I'm gonna bring the Leatherman, and we're gonna see which one is a better steak knife.
All right, deal. Well, so to wrap this up, because I don't want to spend too much time on this knife, I feel like I might drop it, stab myself in the leg. I mean, it's a big knife, right? Again, nobody needs this knife, but every man should have this knife and would appreciate it. And frankly, I was telling you earlier, it's kind of my last line of defense, right? If somebody gets in my house and I can't get to my gun, or I can't get to a baseball bat or some mace or bear spray, I'm going for this. I've even thought about Velcroing it to the back of my bed or headboard, just in case, right? Last line of defense. So yeah, this is the Frost Cutlery Gatorback 16-inch knife.
Wow. Roger that. All right. You got one more thing in there for us. I know you got something else. You held something else. Talked about the vest you held up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The vest. So this is a 511 style weight vest or plate carrier. You've seen these in the CrossFit games. I've got 20 pounds in here. So I've got two Rogue plates. They don't quite weigh 10 pounds each. They probably weigh around 9 pounds, one in the front and one in the back. And as you can see, man, this is like the coolest vest. And I know when I was looking at these, I was like, man, I don't want it to bounce around when I'm running. I mean, I want to get after it pretty hard, right? I want to be able to, move quite a bit. So I need something that's going to fit me pretty snug. And when I saw this one, it's got the Velcro. It's heavy, so I'm going to have to show you here. But you basically take this, which smells rank too from the Murph. But you take these, wrap them here, and you can get this thing really tight on you to where when you're running, it barely moves. So
got it.
Adjustable. It's definitely machine washable, but I don't see why you'd ever need to wash it, right? You got to remember that.
I tell you what. Oh yeah. And I tell you what, I think that may be the one you threw at me one time. You put that, you want to get, let's say you got a limited amount of time, okay, and I got time to run a mile or something, or I'm only gonna do a mile. You put that thing on, and man, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna get the burn. It doesn't sound like a lot. You're like 20 pounds, whatever. Man, it enhances the suck for sure of any workout. Any workout. Pull-ups, push-ups, squats, whatever.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the term embrace the suck, this will immediately cause you to embrace the suck. I've, of course, decked it out with a few patches. I've got my F3 name on here. F3 bada bing. Shout out to F3 Nation. Check them out if you haven't seen them. Got my Revolutionary War flag, don't tread on me, American flag, and then the Punisher, right? And, you know, you can interpret it however you want. A lot of times I feel like I'm the one being punished wearing this, but hey, I'm doing it willingly, right?
Yeah, that vest is the Punisher. That's good freaking action right there, man. All that stuff.
You can go to 511's website and get you one of these. You're going to have to buy the plates as well. I've got Rogue plates in here, and it's a great vest. You're going to probably be all in for a couple $100. But personally, when the quarantine was here, this saved my butt, kept me from getting fat. I'd wear it around to mow the lawn. My neighbors thought I was crazy, but I was getting a workout in. I'd wear it to do some body weight exercises. I tell you what, if you want to increase your pull-up game, your push-up game, just your overall cardio and fitness, put one of these on and you will immediately get stronger. I'm telling you, it's like having a gym on your back. So give it a shot. You know, if you've been thinking about getting one of these, I like this one. I know a lot of my buddies get those rucksacks, which are also very cool. Kind of have to make the decision there because they're about the same price point. So I'd recommend either one, but this one kind of fits around me a little more snug and distributes the weight a little bit better for me. So that's it's one of my coolest pieces of gear. I tell you what, would make a great Father's Day gift if you've got sort of that fitness freak husband that you know, or dad that likes to work out. Get him one of those and tell him to get after it. Speaking of getting after it, this is another book I would recommend. This is a book I'd recommend.
Nice.
It's Jocko's book, and I'm trying to give you guys some you know, gifts that are in different price ranges. This one right here is about $16. This is the Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual by Jocko Willink. You know, ex-Navy SEAL commander. The dude has his own podcast. It's awesome. We'd love to have him on our podcast one day because he's the ultimate real dude. Love his stuff. This is a good book, easy read, and you can see kind of got a lot of cool little font in there, and it's a really neat book. So the Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual by Jocko Willink, also a great Father's Day gift. $16.99 on Amazon. Highly recommend this as well. And Brandon, you've read this, right?
Yeah, and the title in itself just kind of speaks, right? Discipline equals freedom, and you think about that, and I've used that at work, and you know, I'm a big fan of Jocko and Echelon Front. Check those guys out at echelonfront.com and what they're doing over there. They're doing phenomenal things for not just for men and women across the world, but for just for the world really in general. How they're just really kind of inspiring and motivating people to take these little steps. And back to that discipline equals freedom. It's like, if you're willing to do the little things in discipline and day out, it frees you up from a lot of things in the long run. Whether it's, if you're disciplined to working out, it frees you from being unhealthy, and if you're all the things that we could probably do a whole show. But again, big fan of that. And so, Chris, it looks like we've got. We'll just do a recap from you, and we'll kind of wrap things up here for episode 002. We have the GoPro Hero 7, correct?
Yeah.
We have the Movement MVMT watch.
Yes, we do.
All right. We've got the bag of balls, Chris's bag of balls. What was the name again?
Simple Spectra.
Simple Spectra. We have the 16-inch knife from Frost Cutlery, the Gatorback, the 16-inch Gatorback Dungeons and Dragons roleplay knife. That's my term for it. I'm not sure exactly.
And I don't know if
what would be listed as.
I think it's, and I don't know if I gave the price. I think this thing runs about $40 online. So, you know, mid-range, not a bad price for a knife. Again, how often are you going to use it? I don't know. Somebody might hang it on the wall, you know, but not a bad price.
Awesome. We've got the 511 tactical vest. Will enhance any workout, and we'll definitely give you the burn. You have the discipline to wear that tactical vest. Is definitely going to free you up to be able to do some more pull-ups or push-ups or just get after it harder. And then a book from who we endearingly call Uncle Jocko Willink, right? as all of the extreme ownership fans and Jocko and Echelon front fans out there. Great job. I think we gave our folks a lot of a lot of things to look at, a lot of ideas. Again, it can be Father's Day, it can be for anything. And I appreciate you coming on today and enjoyed doing this, man. Anything else? Any closing parts before these folks get after the rest of their day?
No, man. I think that for us, this has been fun, kind of sharing some cool items and some cool gear. And you did, it's been a great time. So if you guys have any comments or questions, just put them in the comment section on social media. You can follow us at Dudeology Show on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you can check out our YouTube page where this will be posted. And we'd be happy to answer any questions you might have about some of this gear or any other cool stuff or gear that you want us to review in the future.
That's good action. Yeah. We're going to post we'll post links to all this gear we reviewed. And by behalf of Chris Gambino and myself, Brandon Mosley, thanks for joining us for the Dudeology Show. Thanks for listening to the Dudeology Show, the place for cool stories, killer gear, and awesome stuff. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share on all your socials at Dudeology Show.